Hey guys, and happy Monday. So the other day, one of my girlfriends and I, we were having a conversation about how women and when we start dating or when we start dating, we tend to date one person at a time, and the man is out here dating multiple people, right? And I think there's a stigma that comes with dating that says you're only supposed to date one person at a time, especially if you're a woman, because the idea that when you're dating, you're having sex is is coupled with that. You know what I'm saying? And me, I'm not having sex till I get married. So in essence, I should be dating multiple people to figure out who I like to see who it is I want to actually pursue me, right? But me, I'm always that person that's like, oh my gosh, when I like somebody, I zero in on them and I put all my eggs in one basket. And meanwhile, they're out here talking to three other people. And I'm not saying that's happening right now, but that's usually what happens with me. And I know with a lot of other women that I've talked to and that I know. And so, why is it, women, that we tend to just zero in on that one person and put our eggs just in that basket? You know what I'm saying? Because dating multiple people is not bad. Like my mentor, she told me, I mean, she was my marriage mentor before, but now we still, chit chat and we talk. And she's like, look, when I was dating your uncle, he was in the rotation, okay? And he knew he was in the rotation. But she's like, I wasn't having sex with any of them. So it was fine for me to go out and date multiple people. And I feel like in the black community, that's where the stigma lies, where you should only date one person at a time. But I'm like, why? If I'm trying to figure out who I like and what I like, why will I only date one person? Um, it's hard for me. I don't like date. I can't. I don't like to date. I like to be either single or in a relationship. Like that's me. But at my age, I'm like, is it realistic to date one person um, if I don't know where this person wants to go? Now, if you have a conversation and like, no, this is where we're heading, this is what I want to do, blah blah blah, that's great. But in the beginning, you don't know any of those things. You're still trying to figure out if you like that person. Like, of course you're talking because there's an initial physical attraction, but then once you get to start hanging out with somebody, it's like, dang, do I like this person, do I not like this person, like what am I supposed to be doing, do I want to be with this person for the rest of my life? Like, I feel like men always know right away. I was watching the Black Love doc, and 90% of the men on the doc was like, I knew our first date, or I knew by our third date, or I knew, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew the minute I saw her, like, this is gonna be my wife. Even if they had their ups and downs and their all arounds, they knew. And so, and then a friend of mine posted a meme yesterday, and she was like, go out on a date, da 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 da. Don't put your eggs in one basket. And I was like, girl, this is literally what my Monday video is going to be about, because like, we should be dating. Like, there's nothing wrong with dating multiple people. Just don't be having sex with all of them or any of them if they ain't your husband or your wife. Like, there's nothing wrong if you have a conversation, though. Like, I believe that if you are talking to people or you are hanging out with somebody, you should have the conversation that, look, I like you, we're hanging out, we're dating, but I am seeing other people. How do you feel about that? What do you want to do? Are you seeing other people? What, like, I think the lack of communication is where all the messiness can come in, because you're not being honest with where you are and what you're doing. I don't know if it's fear of losing the person that you are talking to, if you're just trying to figure out who you want to, if you're trying to hold on to this one and not let that one go until you figure out what this one's doing over here. I know I used to be really guilty of that. Like, I would just keep this one in the corner pocket just in case this one didn't work out. I was horrible, y'all. I was just horrible when it came to dating. And I don't even know where that came from, like a love, fear, being alone, insecurity, who knows where that came from. But I used to do that. I wouldn't fully let this one go until I knew I liked this new one. You know what I mean? Which is horrible. I don't do it anymore. Praise God. Thank you for your deliverance, Jesus. Um, but do you guys feel that it's wrong to date multiple people? Do you guys feel that you should only date one person at a time? Why is it that we feel that dating multiple people makes you a whore? If you're not having sex with these people, then what's the problem? You're really just collecting data. You're collecting information. You're seeing who you like. You're seeing who you don't like. You're because recently somebody asked me to go out on a date, and y'all know I've been hanging out with the app guy for like a month and a half. It seems like forever, but it's only been like a month and a half. Um, and I said no, but I was like, should I said no? Does Would he have said no? Is he still talking to other people? And this is where I was like, wait, I don't even know if he's talking to other people. I don't know if there's other women that he's hanging out with. I don't know. I don't know. Like after I was like, wait a minute, what did I just do? Like, should I have said no to this other person? But I did because I'm already doing that thing and putting my eggs in the one basket. And I was like, I guess we should probably have a conversation, huh? So yeah, I just feel like we just need to be upfront with people and honest and just say what it is that we want, what we expect, and what we're doing. So I just was like, dang, should I have said no? But my initial instinct wanted to say no, but that's because that's what I do. Like if I like somebody, then I don't pay any attention to any other people. But I've also um made I've also gotten stuck that way because then I am the only person shutting down everything else, and then meanwhile the person that I'm seeing is not doing that yet, which they have every right not to, because if you're not an official couple, if you have not had the conversation that, oh, we are exclusive, then you are allowed to see other people as long as you want. Now if you're going around screwing a whole bunch of other people, nah, that's not what we're talking about here, people. We are talking about dating to collect data, to see who you like, to see who it is you want to be exclusive with out of your options, right? So I think women, with all the options that we have, we tend to make this one man our only option, and they out here with multiple options at any moment that they could call. Which, I mean, I know we can too, but I think a lot of times we don't want to. We just want to have this attention and this affection and this whatever from this one person. And I think that's why we have our options too. We just don't want them, but from the person that we want them from, right? So over the weekend, right, we watched Dolomite, but after Dolomite, we watched Mo Better Blues because y'all, he ain't never seen that. Y'all, that I was like, what? Anyway, he never seen the whole thing. He's seen parts of it, but not the whole thing. Anyway, so we were watching Mo Better Blues, and we literally paused the movie to have a whole conversation about Bleek, Clark, and Indigo, right? Because there were so many things that, and I've watched it as an adult, but I haven't watched it as an adult woman who I am today, with the sense of worth and security that I have in myself that I didn't have before, because I used to have really different thoughts about that whole situation. And I we both had similar thoughts about it, because is he has sense when he has common sense. But we were like, dang, like when that part when they came in the restaurant, I mean they came in the club with the same dress on, I was like, there would have been smoke in the city, right? Lit up. That whole club would have been lit up, like lit up. But guess what? They couldn't, because they knew. They knew that Bleek was a dog. They knew that Bleek was sleeping with both of them. They knew that they had their days. That, you know what I'm saying? Like they knew exactly what it was. So he was like, look, hey, it is what it is. You gonna roll or you not? Like they knew from Jump Street what it was. Was it right? No. But they dealt with it because they knew from Jump Street that he wasn't trying to be with neither one of them like that. Now we always knew Indigo was number one, but he had invited Clark to the club that night. So when Indigo got there, he was trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, yeek. But she knew he invited Clarke even when he was lying. But they knew what it was. So it's just like, what? Why as women do we even tolerate that mess, right? Like, why do we? What is it that makes women feel like we have to share or we have to um compromise? Or I know with that is like self-worth, you're insecure, you're this, you're that. But I feel like with Bleek, right? He he liked both of them. He borderline loved Indigo. But when he found out Shadow and Clarke was sleeping together, oh, he wanted to fight him. Okay. Like, niggas. Like, why y'all be doing that? That's a whole nother topic. But yeah, so that made us have a whole conversation about like just men and women and how they interact and how they connect and what it is, because he wanted to understand like, why do women allow that? Like, why do women allow a man to even put them in that situation, you know? And I was like, because they don't have value. They don't find themselves worthy. And that's when we got in the conversation too of like dating multiple people. And I was like, but they didn't know themselves. I know these are characters, but this happens all the time where women, we just put all of our all, like they're both putting all of their all into him, and he's just out here whatever, either y'all gonna roll it or not. And it's not, people say men can disconnect and detach, and even his line, Adida, whatever. And I don't feel that that's so, because when he found out about Shadow, he's ready to fight. So he had some type of soul tie connection, right, to Clarke. Okay, guys, so let's have a discussion about this, right? We can talk in the comments. What is it that makes women put all their eggs in one basket? Two, what is it that makes women put all their all into a man that they know is out here just spreading their seeds to everybody? Why is it that we tend to want to be in the relationship and want to be with that person, and they think that it's cool to just be out here talking to multiple people, dating multiple people, sleeping with multiple people, and we are just trying to put our all into that one person? What is it with men and women that makes us different, that makes it hard to be on the same plane at the same time and wanting the same things, right? So yeah, leave your comments below. Let's have a conversation about it, and I'll see what we talk about, what's happening in the comment section, and then we'll talk about it tomorrow, Wednesday, right? Have some follow up questions, follow up things about the situation, because it's tricky, and it's a good thing to talk about. Yeah, date, see people. I don't know. Just don't be like you're sleeping with everybody. And I don't think that it's a problem. But if you are at the point where you want to be in a relationship and want to be one, have a conversation. And if they're not on that same page, then deuces, dip out. And it's easier to dip out when you don't have that sexual soul tie. Oh, Jesus. You guys, I have a whole video about it on YouTube. So, yeah. So we'll talk about this some more on Wednesday. And I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.